Welcome to Ancient Atoms Awakened. I'm honored that you've chosen to join me for this exploration of the complete chakra system, the network of energy centers that ancient traditions recognized as crucial gateways for vitality, consciousness, and spiritual development. In this journey, we'll explore each of the 7 main chakras in depth, examining their historical origins, physical and psychological correspondences, and practical significance in our daily lives. This overview will prepare you for our in-depth Chakra Activation Series, providing the foundational understanding needed to work effectively with these powerful energy centers. The chakra system represents one of humanity's oldest and most sophisticated frameworks for understanding the relationship between consciousness, energy, and physical existence. While the Sanskrit term chakra, meaning wheel or disc, originates from the Indian tradition, similar energy center systems have been recognized across ancient civilizations worldwide. Archaeological evidence from the Indus Valley civilization, 3300 to 1300 BCE, shows figures in meditation with markings at specific points along the central axis of the body, suggesting awareness of these energy centers existed at least 4,000 years ago. Similar depictions appear in ancient Egyptian, Chinese, Mayan, and indigenous traditions, though with different terminologies and sometimes varying numbers of centers. What unifies these diverse traditions is the recognition of concentrated points of energy along the body's central axis, each associated with specific qualities of consciousness, elements, and aspects of human experience. The remarkable convergence of these understandings across cultures, separated by vast distances, suggests they were perceiving objective aspects of subtle, human anatomy, rather than merely creating cultural constructs. The chakra system offers an integrative map that connects physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of our being. In ancient times, this system provided a comprehensive framework for healing, personal development, and spiritual practice. Far from being merely theoretical, it was a practical technology for transformation, a detailed guide to the subtle, energetic processes underlying all aspects of human experience. Today, we can approach the chakra system as a profound legacy from our ancestors, a sophisticated understanding of human energy that complements modern perspectives. While ancient practitioners described these energy centers through the language of their time, referencing subtle bodies, nadis, energy channels, and specific deities, we can now understand them through both traditional wisdom and contemporary research in neuroscience, psychology, and biofield studies. The 7 main chakras are aligned along the central axis of the body, from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Each chakra is associated with specific physical locations and bodily systems, psychological qualities and challenges, elements and sensory experiences, colors, sounds, and geometric patterns, developmental stages, and life aspects. Together, they form an integrated system that maps our journey from basic survival needs to transcendent awareness. Let's explore each of these energy centers in turn, beginning at the foundation and moving upward. The first energy center in the chakra system is the root chakra, known in Sanskrit as Muladhara, which means foundation or root support. Located at the base of the spine, in the region of the perineum, coccyx, and first 3 vertebrae, this chakra forms the essential foundation of our energetic system. Archaeological evidence of root chakra awareness dates back to some of humanity's earliest spiritual artifacts. Cave paintings from 30,000 BCE show figures with emphasis on the base of the spine, suggesting early recognition of this energy center. More developed representations appear in the Indus Valley civilization around 3000 BCE, with specific symbols marking this region on meditating figures. In ancient Egypt, this energy center was associated with Isis in her earth aspect, while Sumerian traditions connected it to the goddess Inanna's first gate in the underworld journey. Ancient Chinese texts describe a similar energy point called the Hui Yin, or meeting of yin, considered the foundation of vital life force. The root chakra is associated with the element of earth and governs our most fundamental needs: survival, safety, stability, and belonging. Physically, it corresponds to the adrenal glands, the skeletal system, the legs and feet, the large intestine, and the immune system, all structures related to our physical foundation and basic security. The color traditionally associated with this chakra is red, the color of vitality, blood, and earth ochre, used in ancient ceremonies. Its seed sound, or bija mantra, is Lam, a vibration that ancient practitioners discovered resonates specifically with this energy center. In terms of psychological development, the root chakra relates to our earliest experiences of safety and security, typically forming between in utero development and around 2 years of age. Our experiences during this foundational period shape how this energy center functions throughout our lives. When the root chakra is balanced, we experience a sense of safety and security in the world, groundedness and stability, physical vitality and robustness, healthy boundaries, connection to family, community, and tribe, appropriate relationship with material resources, trust in life's fundamental beneficence. When this chakra is underactive or blocked, we might experience chronic anxiety and fear, financial instability or obsessive hoarding, disconnection from the body, feeling ungrounded or spacey, inability to manifest intentions into reality, weak physical constitution, survival-oriented thinking that blocks growth. When this chakra is overactive, we might experience rigidity and resistance to change, materialistic fixation, excessive focus on bodily needs, dominating or territorial behavior, hoarding resources beyond what's needed, physical aggression or bullying tendencies, obsessive concerns about safety. Ancient wisdom traditions developed specific practices for balancing and activating the root chakra, including earth-connecting rituals and ceremonies, working with red stones and crystals, foods grown in the earth like root vegetables, grounding meditations and visualizations, drumming and rhythmic movement, specific yoga postures that strengthen the base of the spine, mantras and tones that resonate with this center. Modern research offers interesting parallels to this ancient understanding. The root chakra region contains the pelvic floor muscles crucial for physical stability and houses nerve plexuses that govern our legs and elimination functions. The nearby adrenal glands produce stress hormones directly connected to our survival responses. Research in polyvagal theory has shown how our sense of safety fundamentally shapes our nervous system's functioning, echoing the ancient understanding of the root chakra as our foundation for well-being. In our upcoming root chakra activation session, we'll work directly with this center, using the 369 breathing method, specific visualizations, and the 396 Hz solfeggio frequency, all designed to establish a solid foundation for your complete chakra journey. Moving upward along the central channel, we encounter the second energy center, the sacral chakra, known in Sanskrit as Swadhisthana, which means one's own place or dwelling place of the self. This chakra is located in the lower abdomen, a few inches below the navel, corresponding to the sacral region of the spine. Archaeological evidence from ancient civilizations shows special attention to this area of the body in contexts related to creation, fertility, and pleasure. Artifacts from ancient Egypt dating to around 3000 BCE, show emphasis on this region in figurines and ceremonial objects, often with flowing water symbols. Similar representations appear in Mesopotamian, Greek, and Roman art, suggesting widespread recognition of this energy center across cultures. The sacral chakra is associated with the element of water and governs creativity, sexuality, emotional flow, pleasure, and relational dynamics. Physically, it corresponds to the reproductive organs, the urinary system, the pelvic region, hip joints, and lower back, areas related to creation, recreation, and emotional expression. The color traditionally associated with this chakra is orange, the color of sunset, creative fire, and amber, which was highly prized in ancient times for its radiant warmth. Its seed, sound, or bija mantra is Vam, a vibration that resonates with the fluid, flowing qualities of this center. In terms of psychological development, the sacral chakra relates to our early experiences with emotions, pleasure, and relationships, typically forming between ages 2 to 4. This developmental period shapes our capacity for joy, creativity, and healthy connection throughout life. When the sacral chakra is balanced, we experience creative inspiration and expression, healthy, joyful sexuality, emotional intelligence and fluidity, capacity for pleasure and play, comfort with intimacy and connection, adaptability and ability to go with the flow, generative energy and creation of beauty. When this chakra is underactive or blocked, we might experience creative blocks and lack of inspiration, emotional numbness or repression, sexual dysfunction or disinterest, excessive rigidity and control, fear of pleasure or intimacy, difficulty connecting with others, physical stiffness, especially in the hips and lower back. When this chakra is overactive, we might experience emotional volatility and drama, sexual addiction or obsession, boundary issues in relationships, dependency on external validation, excessive emotionality, clouding judgment, addictive behaviors related to pleasure, manipulation of others through emotional or sexual energy. Ancient wisdom traditions developed specific practices for balancing and activating the sacral chakra, including water rituals and ceremonial bathing, movement practices that emphasize fluidity, working with orange stones and amber, dance and expressive arts, moon cycle awareness practices, foods that grow close to water or contain water, specific yoga postures that open the hips and lower back. Modern research offers fascinating correlations with this ancient understanding. The sacral region contains nerve plexuses that govern reproduction, elimination, and pleasure. Exactly the functions associated with this chakra for thousands of years. Recent neuroscience has identified the relationship between emotional processing and gut function, with significant neural networks in the lower abdomen influencing our emotional states, reflecting the ancient association of this region with emotional intelligence. In our upcoming Sacral Chakra Activation session, we'll work directly with this center using fluid breathing techniques, flowing visualizations, and the 417 Hz solfeggio frequency, all designed to awaken healthy, creative, and emotional flow in your energy system. The third energy center in the chakra system is the solar plexus chakra, known in Sanskrit as Manipura, which means city of jewels or lustrous gem. Located in the upper abdomen, between the navel and the base of the sternum, this chakra corresponds to the solar plexus region and the lumbar spine. Archaeological evidence from ancient civilizations shows particular reverence for this area of the body in contexts related to power, transformation, and identity. Sun disk symbols placed at this location appear in artifacts from ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, and South America, dating back to around 2500 BCE. The emphasis on solar imagery suggests recognition of this center's fiery, radiant qualities across diverse cultures. The solar plexus chakra is associated with the element of fire and governs personal power, will, identity, confidence, and transformative action. Physically, it corresponds to the digestive organs, the pancreas, adrenal glands, the middle spine, and the diaphragm, all related to energy processing, stress response, and the transformation of substances into usable forms. The color traditionally associated with this chakra is yellow, the color of sunlight, gold, and fire, elements that were deeply sacred in ancient traditions. Its seed sound, or bija mantra, is Rom, a vibration that resonates with the powerful, activating qualities of this center. In terms of psychological development, the solar plexus chakra relates to our experiences of autonomy, will, and personal identity, typically forming between ages 4 to 7. This developmental period shapes our sense of self-efficacy, personal boundaries, and ability to take effective action in the world. When the solar plexus chakra is balanced, we experience healthy self-confidence and self-esteem, clear sense of personal identity and purpose, effective boundary-setting abilities, appropriate use of personal power, effective digestion and metabolism, proactive approach to life challenges, balance between assertiveness and receptivity. When this chakra is underactive or blocked, we might experience low self-esteem and poor self-image, difficulty making decisions or taking action, excessive need for external approval, weak will and difficulty completing tasks, victim mentality and learned helplessness, digestive issues and low energy, fear of confrontation or standing out. When this chakra is overactive, we might experience dominating or controlling behavior, excessive drive for power or recognition, anger management issues, hypercompetitiveness, workaholism and burnout tendencies, digestive inflammation and acid reflux, rigid, inflexible thinking. Ancient wisdom traditions developed specific practices for balancing and activating the solar plexus chakra, including fire ceremonies and sun gazing at dawn and dusk, working with yellow stones and gold, heat-generating breath practices, foods that feed the digestive fire, martial arts and strength-building practices, empowerment rituals and initiations, specific yoga postures that strengthen the core. Modern science provides interesting parallels to this ancient understanding. The solar plexus region contains the largest collection of nerve cells outside the brain. The solar plexus or celiac plexus, often called the abdominal brain. This neural network strongly influences our stress responses, confidence, and intuitive gut feelings. Research in neurogastroenterology has revealed bidirectional communication between the gut and brain that affects our mood, decision-making, and sense of self-reflecting, the ancient association of this region with personal power and identity. In our upcoming solar plexus chakra activation session, we'll work directly with this center using dynamic breathing techniques, empowering visualizations, and the 528 Hz solfeggio frequency, all designed to awaken balanced personal power and authentic identity in your energy system. The fourth energy center in the chakra system is the heart chakra, known in Sanskrit as Anahata, which means unhurt, unstruck, or unbeaten. Located at the center of the chest, between the breasts, this chakra corresponds to the cardiac region and the thoracic spine. Archaeological evidence from across ancient civilizations reveals profound recognition of the heart's special significance. Egyptian burial practices, dating back to 3500 BCE, show particular care for preserving the heart, which was the only organ left in the body during mummification, as it was considered the seat of the soul. Ancient Chinese texts from around 2500 BCE describe the heart as the emperor of all organs, governing consciousness itself. Across cultures from the Americas to Asia, the heart was consistently recognized as a sacred center of being. The heart chakra is associated with the element of air and governs love, compassion, connection, forgiveness, and integration. Physically, it corresponds to the heart, lungs, thymus gland, circulatory system, arms, and hands, all related to connection, exchange, and reaching out to others. The colors traditionally associated with this chakra are green and pink-green, representing healing, balance, and growth, and pink representing unconditional love and compassion. Its seed sound, or bija mantra, is yum, a vibration that resonates with the expansive, connecting qualities of this center. In terms of psychological development, the heart chakra relates to our experiences of attachment, nurturing, and relationship, typically forming between ages 7 to 10. This developmental period shapes our capacity for giving and receiving love, practicing compassion, and maintaining balanced relationships throughout life. When the heart chakra is balanced, we experience capacity for both giving and receiving love, compassion for self and others, healthy boundaries in relationships, integration of opposing elements within ourselves, forgiveness and emotional resilience, strong immune function, connection to others without loss of self. When this chakra is underactive or blocked, we might experience difficulty giving or receiving love, isolation and loneliness, grief that doesn't resolve, bitterness and inability to forgive, judgment of self and others, immune issues or heart problems, lack of empathy or emotional numbness. When this chakra is overactive, we might experience codependency in relationships, loss of boundaries with others, excessive sacrifice of self for others, enabling harmful behavior in others, spiritual bypassing of authentic feelings, martyrdom or savior complexes, over-identification with others' pain. Ancient wisdom traditions developed specific practices for balancing and activating the heart chakra, including devotional practices and rituals of gratitude, working with green and pink stones, breathing practices focusing on the heart space, service to others balanced with self-care, forgiveness ceremonies and practices, foods that nourish the heart, specific yoga postures that open the chest. Modern science offers fascinating validation of this ancient understanding. Recent research in neurocardiology has discovered that the heart contains its own complex nervous system, with over 40,000 neurons, capable of functioning independently of the brain. The heart generates the largest electromagnetic field in the body, measurable several feet away from the physical body, reminiscent of what ancient traditions called the aura. Studies show that heart coherence affects brain function, immune response, and even appears to influence the electromagnetic fields of others nearby, reflecting the ancient understanding of the heart as a center of connection and influence. In our upcoming Heart Chakra Activation session, we'll work directly with this center using expansive breathing techniques, heart-opening visualizations, and the 639 Hz alpha-G frequency, all designed to awaken balanced compassion and integrative awareness in your energy system. The fifth energy center in the chakra system is the throat chakra, known in Sanskrit as Vishuddha, which means especially pure or purification. Located at the center of the throat, in the region of the larynx and cervical spine, This chakra represents the gateway of expression and manifestation. Archaeological evidence from ancient civilizations shows special significance given to this area of the body in contexts related to truth-speaking, divine communication, and expression of higher wisdom. Egyptian artifacts dating back to 3000 BCE show pharaohs and high priests wearing elaborate collars and neckpieces, specifically designed to activate and protect this energy center. Similar emphasis on throat adornments appears across ancient cultures worldwide, suggesting recognition of this region's connection to sacred communication. The throat chakra is associated with the element of ether or space and governs communication, expression, truth, creativity, manifestation, and the bridge between thought and form. Physically, it corresponds to the throat, neck, jaw, mouth, thyroid gland, and ears, all related to expression, reception, and communication. The color traditionally associated with this chakra is blue, the color of the sky and clear water, representing truth, clarity, and expansive communication. Its seed, sound, or bija mantra is hum, a vibration that resonates with the expressive, truth-revealing qualities of this center. In terms of psychological development, the throat chakra relates to our experiences of voice, self-expression, and creative manifestation, typically forming between ages 10 to 14. This developmental period shapes our ability to speak our truth, express our authentic nature, and bring our inner world into external form throughout life. When the throat chakra is balanced, we experience clear, authentic communication, ability to express thoughts and feelings, good listening skills, resonant voice and easy self-expression, alignment between inner truth and outer expression, creative manifestation of ideas into reality, trustworthy perception of truth. When this chakra is underactive or blocked, we might experience difficulty speaking up or expressing needs, fear of speaking or social anxiety, weak, quiet, or uncertain voice, creative blocks in bringing ideas to form, keeping secrets that need expression, thyroid issues and throat problems, difficulty manifesting intentions into reality. When this chakra is overactive, we might experience excessive talking or inability to listen, interrupting others or dominating conversations, harsh speech that alienates others, gossiping or speaking without consideration, using words to manipulate or control, difficulty with silence or listening, speaking prematurely before ideas are ripe. Ancient wisdom traditions develop specific practices for balancing and activating the throat chakra, including chanting and singing practices, working with blue stones like lapis lazuli, sound healing and mantras, periods of sacred silence and deep listening, truth-telling ceremonies and practices, foods that support throat health, specific yoga postures that open the neck and throat. Modern science provides interesting correlations with this ancient understanding. The throat region contains the larynx, vocal cords, and structures essential for human speech, the physical apparatus for our unique capacity for complex communication. The nearby thyroid gland regulates metabolism and growth, functions related to manifestation and bringing ideas into form. Research in linguistics and cognitive science has revealed the profound relationship between language and perception, showing how our capacity for expression literally shapes our experience of reality, reflecting the ancient understanding of this chakra as the bridge between inner and outer worlds. In our upcoming throat chakra activation session, we'll work directly with this center using refined breathing techniques, expression, focused visualizations, and the 741 Hz self-adjo frequency, all designed to awaken clear communication and authentic expression in your energy system. The sixth energy center in the chakra system is the third eye chakra, known in Sanskrit as Agnya, which means command or perceiving center. Located in the center of the forehead, slightly above the space between the eyebrows, this chakra corresponds to the pituitary and pineal glands at the center of the brain. Archaeological evidence from ancient civilizations shows remarkable awareness of this energy center. Egyptian artifacts dating back to 3000 BCE show the uraeus, cobra symbol on the foreheads of pharaohs and deities, representing awakened perception and divine sight. The Eye of Horus symbol similarly represented higher perception. Across ancient Mesopotamia, India, Greece, and indigenous America, forehead markings and third eye symbols appear on figures representing seers, priests, and enlightened beings. The third eye chakra transcends the 5 physical elements and is associated with the element of light or inner vision. It governs intuition, insight, imagination, perception beyond the physical senses, and access to inner wisdom. Physically, it corresponds to the brain, nervous system, eyes, pituitary and pineal glands, all related to perception, vision, and higher cognitive functioning. The color traditionally associated with this chakra is indigo, the deep blue-purple of the night sky at dusk, representing the threshold between ordinary and expanded perception. Its seed sound, or bija mantra, is Om, or Om, the primordial vibration that ancient traditions recognized as the fundamental sound of consciousness itself. In terms of psychological development, the third eye chakra relates to our capacity for insight, discernment, and self-reflection, typically forming between ages 14 to 21. This developmental period shapes our ability to see beyond appearances, understand deeper patterns, and access wisdom beyond ordinary rational thought throughout life. When the third eye chakra is balanced, we experience clear intuition and inner guidance, trustworthy perception beyond the physical senses, vivid imagination and visualization ability, good memory and recall, balance between logic and intuitive knowing, access to inner wisdom and insight, clarity about life, purpose, and direction. When this chakra is underactive or blocked, we might experience difficulty trusting intuition or inner guidance, over-reliance on external authorities, poor memory or concentration, confusion and lack of discernment, difficulty visualizing or accessing imagination, rigid thinking and excessive skepticism, disconnection from meaning and purpose. When this chakra is overactive, we might experience overwhelming visions or psychic experiences, difficulty distinguishing between imagination and reality, spiritual pride or feeling superior to others, escapism or disconnection from practical reality, hallucinations or delusions, headaches or eye strain, obsession with mystical phenomena. Ancient wisdom traditions developed specific practices for balancing and activating the third eye chakra, including meditation focusing on the third eye region, working with indigo and purple stones, light gazing practices at dawn and dusk, dream work and vision quests, drawing or creating mandalas, foods that support brain function, specific yoga postures that direct energy to the third eye. Modern science provides fascinating validation of this ancient understanding. The pineal gland, located deep in the brain near where the third eye is traditionally placed, produces melatonin and potentially DMT, dimethyltryptamine, chemicals associated with altered states of consciousness, dreaming, and visionary experiences. Research has shown this gland is photosensitive and contains similar cellular structures to the retina, giving credence to the ancient concept of an inner eye. Studies of intuition and non-local consciousness suggest our brains may indeed be capable of accessing information beyond ordinary sensory channels, reflecting the ancient understanding of this chakra as a center for expanded perception. In our upcoming third eye chakra activation session, we'll work directly with this center using refined breathing techniques, visualization practices, and the 852 Hz self-adjue frequency, all designed to awaken clear intuition and higher perception in your energy system. The seventh and final main energy center in the chakra system is the crown chakra, known in Sanskrit as Sahasrara, which means thousand-petaled. Located at the top of the head, extending slightly above the physical body. This chakra corresponds to the upper brain, pituitary gland, and the central nervous system as a whole. Archaeological evidence from ancient civilizations reveals recognition of this energy center through crown symbols, halos, and elongated or adorned heads on figures representing enlightened beings or deities. Egyptian pharaohs wore specific crown shapes designed to activate this energy center, while Buddha statues dating back to 500 BCE show the Ushnisha, a crown protrusion representing enlightened consciousness. Similar crown symbolism appears in Christian, Islamic, and indigenous iconography worldwide. The crown chakra transcends all physical elements and is associated with pure consciousness itself. It governs our connection to universal intelligence, transcendent awareness, enlightenment, and unity consciousness. Physically, it corresponds to the cerebral cortex, central nervous system, and the body's overall integration, representing the highest organization of our physical system. The colors traditionally associated with this chakra are violet and white. Violet representing the highest frequency visible light, and white representing the integration of all colors into pure light. This chakra transcends sound, but is sometimes associated with silence, or the highest overtones beyond ordinary hearing. In terms of psychological development, the crown chakra relates to our capacity for transcendent awareness and unity consciousness, typically developing from age 21 throughout the remainder of life. This developmental process shapes our ability to perceive beyond duality, experience oneness with all existence, and access states of pure awareness. When the crown chakra is balanced, we experience connection to something greater than ourselves, states of unity consciousness or oneness, awareness beyond thought and form, inner peace that transcends circumstances, integration of all aspects of being, living with purpose aligned with universal wisdom, presence and expanded awareness. When this chakra is underactive or blocked, we might experience spiritual disconnection or emptiness, cynicism about transcendent dimensions, materialistic worldview limited to physical reality, difficulty finding meaning or purpose, rigid thinking and closed-mindedness, disconnection from intuition and inner guidance, excessive attachment to ego identity. When this chakra is overactive or imbalanced, we might experience spiritual addiction or bypassing, disconnection from the body and physical reality, difficulty functioning in practical matters, obsession with spiritual states and experiences, spiritual materialism or ego inflation, escapism from life's challenges, dissociation from emotions and relationships. Ancient wisdom traditions developed specific practices for balancing and activating the crown chakra, including silent meditation and practices of pure awareness, working with clear quartz, amethyst, and diamond, rituals connecting to universal cycles, fasting and purification practices, sound practices with the highest overtones, specific yoga postures that open the crown, extended periods of contemplation and presence. Modern science offers interesting correlations with this ancient understanding. The upper brain, particularly the cerebral cortex, represents the most evolved aspect of our nervous system, capable of the highest levels of integration and organization. Research into advanced meditators shows unique brain activity in this region during states of non-dual awareness. Studies of peak experiences, flow states, and transcendent awareness reveal how these experiences often involve integrated whole brain functioning, reflecting the ancient understanding of this chakra as representing our highest potential for consciousness. In our upcoming Crown Chakra Activation session, we'll work directly with this center using subtle breathing techniques, expansive awareness practices, and the 963 Hz solfeggio frequency, all designed to awaken transcendent awareness and integration in your energy system. While we've explored each chakra individually, it's essential to understand that the chakra system functions as an integrated whole. Ancient wisdom traditions recognize that these energy centers don't operate in isolation, but rather form an interconnected network where each center influences and is influenced by all others. Archaeological evidence from various ancient civilizations shows depictions of the complete energy system with connecting channels between centers. Indian texts describe the nadis, or energy channels, that connect the chakras, while similar concepts appear in Chinese meridian maps, Egyptian soul pathways, and indigenous medicine wheels. This understanding of energetic interconnection offers profound insights for our work with the chakra system. First, imbalance in one chakra typically affects the functioning of others. For example, blockages in the root chakra's survival energy often impact the heart chakra's capacity for connection, as we cannot fully open to others when we feel fundamentally unsafe. Similarly, an overactive solar plexus, power center, might compensate for an underactive throat chakra, expression center, manifesting as controlling rather than clearly communicating. Second, chakra development tends to follow both sequential and non-linear patterns. While there is a natural progression from foundational energies to more refined awareness, healing and activation can occur at any center at any time, often creating ripple effects throughout the entire system. Third, optimal functioning involves both differentiation and integration of the chakras. Each center needs to express its unique qualities while remaining in harmonious relationship with the whole system. Ancient traditions described this as the rainbow body, where each color shines distinctly while contributing to the complete spectrum. Fourth, different life phases often emphasize different chakras. Early developmental stages naturally focus on the lower chakras, survival, emotion, identity, while maturation tends to activate the upper chakras, expression, perception, awareness. However, life circumstances can bring any chakra into prominence at any time, requiring its wisdom and energy. Fifth, cultural and individual factors influence chakra emphasis. Some cultural traditions emphasize certain chakras over others. An individual constitution and life purpose may naturally prioritize specific centers. There is no single correct chakra pattern. Rather, the system adapts to serve our unique journey. In our upcoming Chakra Activation Series, we'll work with each center individually, while maintaining awareness of the whole system. This approach honors both the unique qualities of each chakra and their fundamental interconnection. The goal is not to achieve some idealized perfect chakra state, but rather to create greater awareness, flow, and harmony throughout your entire energetic system. Ancient wisdom traditions understood that chakra work wasn't meant to be confined to formal meditation sessions, but integrated into daily life. Archaeological evidence suggests that in ancient Egypt, India, and China, everyday activities, clothing, jewelry, and environments were designed to support balanced chakra functioning. Here are some practical ways to work with your chakra system in everyday contexts. For the root chakra, practices like walking barefoot on natural surfaces, eating grounding foods like root vegetables, and creating physical stability in your home environment all support healthy foundation energy. Notice when you feel unsafe and use simple practices like feeling your feet on the ground to restore balance. For the sacral chakra, activities that invoke joy, pleasure, and creativity. From dancing to cooking to artistic expression, activate healthy flowing energy. Being near water, wearing orange, and allowing emotional expression all support this center. For the solar plexus chakra, practices that build healthy personal power, like setting clear boundaries, completing challenging tasks, and honoring your authentic needs, strengthen this fiery center. Sunlight exposure, yellow foods, and core strengthening activities all support its balance. For the heart chakra, acts of compassion, spending time in nature, developing healthy relationships, and maintaining a gratitude practice all nurture this center of connection. Green foods, heart-opening stretches, and self-forgiveness practices support heart energy. For the throat chakra, authentic self-expression through speaking, writing, or creating, as well as mindful listening and periods of silence, all help balance this communication center. Blue foods, neck stretches, and humming or singing support healthy throat energy. For the third eye chakra, practices like stargazing, reducing screen time, engaging in visualization, and questioning assumptions all help activate clear perception. Foods rich in antioxidants, forehead cooling practices, and meditation support this center of insight. For the crown chakra, moments of pure presence, meditation, spending time in quiet reflection, and opening to wonder all nurture this center of transcendent awareness. Simplicity in diet, thought, and environment supports crown energy. Throughout your day, you can use simple awareness practices to tune into your chakra system. Take periodic chakra check-ins, brief moments to scan from root to crown, noticing which centers feel balanced, which need attention. Use color as a therapeutic tool, wearing, eating, or surrounding yourself with colors that correspond to chakras needing support. Practice chakra breathing, directing breath awareness to specific centers that feel blocked or depleted. Create environments that support balanced chakras, from the security of your home root to spaces that allow for creativity, sacral and self-expression, throat. Listen to your body's signals. Physical symptoms often correspond to specific chakra imbalances and can guide your self-care. The ancient practitioners understood chakra work as a lifelong journey rather than a destination, an ongoing practice of becoming increasingly conscious of these energy centers and their influence on every aspect of life. The goal isn't perfection, but rather growing awareness and responsibility for your energetic state. As we prepare for our upcoming Chakra Activation Series, it's helpful to understand what chakra activation actually means and how to approach it effectively. Ancient traditions distinguished between chakra awareness, chakra balancing, and chakra activation. Awareness involves simply becoming conscious of these energy centers and their qualities. Balancing focuses on bringing harmony to centers that are overactive or underactive. Activation refers to deliberately increasing the energy and consciousness flowing through specific centers. Archaeological evidence from ancient temple sites suggests that chakra activation was approached as a sacred process, often conducted in specially designed spaces with specific preparations. Carvings and texts indicate that initiates would prepare their bodies, minds, and environments before engaging with these powerful energetic practices. In preparation for our chakra activation journey, Here are some guidelines drawn from ancient wisdom. First, approach the process with respect and clear intention. The ancient traditions viewed chakra activation not as a casual practice, but as sacred work with profound effects. Taking time to clarify your purpose for awakening each energy center creates a container for the experience. Second, establish foundation before seeking expansion. Ancient wisdom emphasized the importance of starting with the lower chakras to create stability before activating higher centers. We'll follow this traditional sequence in our series, beginning with the root and moving upward. Third, create supportive conditions for your practice. This includes finding a quiet space where you won't be disturbed, wearing comfortable clothing, and setting aside dedicated time for the activations. Ancient practitioners recognized that environment significantly influences energetic work. Fourth, integrate and stabilize after each activation. The ancient traditions emphasized the importance of integration periods after energetic practices. Allow time between chakra activations for the energy to settle and integrate into your system. Fifth, listen to your body's wisdom throughout the process. If any practice feels overwhelming or uncomfortable, modify or pause as needed. The ancient understanding was that each person's energy system is unique and requires personalized approach. In our Chakra Activation Series, we'll use a combination of techniques drawn from ancient traditions and adapted for modern practitioners. The 3-6-9 breathing method we explored in our Sacred Breathing Techniques video will serve as our foundation. Specific visualizations for each chakra will help direct energy and awareness to these centers. The corresponding solfeggio frequencies, ancient healing tones, will support each activation through sound. Specific mudras, hand positions, and body postures will help direct energy flow. Seed mantras for each chakra will activate these centers through sound vibration. Our approach honors the ancient wisdom while adapting it to our contemporary context, creating a bridge across time that allows these powerful practices to serve us here and now. As we conclude our exploration of the complete chakra system, I'd like to offer a series of affirmations, one for each energy center, that you can use to begin connecting more deeply with these aspects of your being. These statements help integrate understanding with embodied experience, just as ancient traditions used sacred declarations to seal their practices. For your root chakra, affirm, I am safe, secure, and grounded in my physical existence. I trust in life's ability to support me. For your sacral chakra, affirm, I flow with life's changes and express my creativity with joy. I honor my emotions as messengers of wisdom. For your solar plexus chakra, affirm, I claim my personal power with confidence and clarity. I transform challenges into opportunities for growth. For your heart chakra, affirm, I give and receive love freely and compassionately. I integrate all aspects of myself into wholeness. For your throat chakra, affirm, I express my truth clearly and listen deeply to others. I manifest my inner vision through authentic voice. For your third-eye chakra, affirm, I trust my intuition and perceive clearly beyond appearances. I access inner wisdom to guide my journey. For your crown chakra, affirm, I am connected to universal consciousness and divine intelligence. I experience unity with all that is. I am ancient atoms awakened. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of the complete chakra system. In our next video, we'll discuss how to prepare your space for meditation, creating optimal conditions for our upcoming Chakra Activation Series. Until we meet again, may you feel the living wisdom of these ancient energy centers awakening within you. Ancient atoms awakened, where ancient wisdom meets modern awakening.